So everyone, hello. Let's do an impromptu pre-stream. I'm not even going to tweet about this because, let's be honest, it's going to be like 20 minutes of just chatting, and there's nothing I can really do right now because the plumber's on the way. So, in fact, let me change the channel settings to say just chatting, just so no one tries to get all uppity and say, it says he's playing Mafia and he's not. No, let's turn it to just chatting. There you go. Okay. So, folks, what a day today's going to be. What a day it was yesterday. Oh, my God. So, first of all, let's talk about today quick. So, it's going to be the conclusion of Mafia today. From what I'm to understand, I don't have 4 hours left in the game. Like, from what I'm to understand, there's, like, I think 7 chapters left, and each mission has been roughly between 15 to 20 minutes long. So, I could probably beat the game in about 2.5 hours. So, even if the beginning of the stream here gets kind of messed up, it's fine. We should still have more than enough time to finish Mafia Definitive Edition on this first stream, okay? So, that's good. It won't. All this crazy stuff going on today will not hinder our continuation of a very good game. I really enjoyed Mafia Definitive Edition. But what's happening is I got a plumber coming here for a warranty issue. Earlier this year, I had some plumbing done in the house because of an issue, a leak. And everything was fine, and now it looks like, sadly, it's not. So this guy's coming to basically fix the work that was done earlier this year. Maybe a faulty part, it looks like. But anyway, I don't want to give you the specifics. It's not a big deal. But the guy had to come, and I couldn't. I was originally going to have him come yesterday, but because of my ear infection, I had to go to a doctor yesterday, which wasted over 2.5 to 3 hours of my day yesterday. Already a busy day, because as you guys know, Tuesday is the day when I do everything. All my errands, appointments, everything. So, I just knew I wasn't going to have him be able to come yesterday. So, he had to come today. I didn't want this to wait. You don't want a leak to wait. That's not a good idea. Okay? So, he's on the way right now. The plumber's on the way, and when they show up, I'm just going to say, okay, let's turn off the stream, and then I'll tweet and turn it back on when the plumber's done. I don't foresee this taking a long time either. Alright? I don't think so. Okay? Alright. So, now let's talk, everybody. Let's talk about what's going on my day yesterday. Oh, my God. Alright? So, as you know, my ear infection has come back in my right ear again. I told you guys I had pain and swelling. And it's ridiculous. This is the third fucking time. It just came back after 3 weeks, right? So, I contacted a doctor again on Monday. And via the chat app. There's a chat app for my health insurance company. And at this point, first of all, I haven't even talked to a real doctor about this at all. I haven't. I've been trying to get in contact with the real doctor. They won't put me in contact with one. They keep giving me a nurse, a physician's assistant, the people who are in training to be a doctor, but not an actual doctor. And again, I talked to another physician's assistant on Monday about this, and I'm like, this is ludicrous at this point. It came back again. After all these steps I'm taking, I'm disinfecting my office every week. I cleaned my office. My headphones are open-air headphones. This is ridiculous that it came back again in 3 weeks. What the hell is going on? So the physician's assistant on Monday said, well, I can't prescribe you any further medication because it looks like at this point we need to have someone actually look in your ear before we're willing to do that again. So I need you to either make a doctor's appointment with your own doctor or another doctor in your area, or else, if you can't get that done quickly, then you need to go to an urgent care facility in your area to get this looked at. And once it's looked at, then we'll go from there. Let them start handling this, basically. Okay? So that being said, I spent a large amount of time on Monday, as you guys remember, instead of enjoying games, trying to make doctor's appointments. It was very frustrating because I was, basically told no doctors in my area have any appointments available until at the earliest this weekend, but more than likely early next week. And I'm like, an ear infection cannot wait a week. An ear infection without medicine will get insanely inflamed, insanely painful. I can't wait that long. So I told him, all right, I'm going to have to do urgent care then, right? I need to go to urgent care. So, where's urgent care? Oh, well, under your insurance plan, there's only a few facilities, urgent care facilities, that are covered. Oh, even though I pay $300 a month for my health insurance, that's right, I pay $300 a month out of pocket for my health insurance. Apparently, there's no areas anywhere near me that will take me with my insurance plan. Okay? So, long story short, I had to drive yesterday an hour to get to the place. An hour out of my area. Okay? During my day off. So keep in mind, this is a day when already I got to go grocery shopping. I have to do other things, other supplies for the house, pet supplies, doing my normal stuff, trying to spend some time with my wife. The one day a week I actually get to spend time with my wife. And we have to waste an hour driving out of the way and then an hour to get back home during the day for this fucking appointment. Okay? So I drive out there. I get to the urgent care facility and they check me in and everything. The one thing I can say is they were very fast and efficient. They got me in. They wanted to get me done and out of there. There was no wait. Like a regular doctor's office, a lot of times you got a ton of waiting, right? It wasn't like that at the urgent care facility. All right, and that's a good thing because I already was wasting so much time to get there. Okay. So I get checked in. I get in the office. Oh, guess who you're meeting with? A physician's assistant. What? I drove an hour to get out here for someone to look in my ear because you refused to give me any kind of medication until someone looked in my ear. And you're going to have the same person who I've been talking with or the same type of person I've been chatting with over the internet to look in my ear. You're not going to let me have a doctor. Okay, great. So a physician's assistant comes in, looks in my ear, he goes, your ear's infected. I turned and I said, no shit, that's what I'm here for. Like, this is some genius level announcement, right? He looks in the other ear, he says, right now this ear doesn't look infected. I said, thank God for now, but every time this has happened, it carried over to the other ear, so we got to do something about this. So he says to me, well, you don't have any kind of a tear in your eardrum, at least that he can see. He sees a lot of fluid, but no tear. And therefore, because there's no tear, the only thing he can do is give me the same ear drops that I've been getting all year long. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You're telling me you had me drive an hour out here, all the fucking way out here, to look in my ear, tell me I had an ear infection, which I already knew, and to hand me the same bottle of ear drops that you've given me all year already. You wasted my time. So I think the guy either felt bad or realized that I was going to get really angry if he didn't fucking do something. So he says, all right, I'm going to do 2 extra things. He goes, first of all, I'm going to give you what's called a wick. Okay? What is a wick? A wick is a very small sponge. It basically is like a long rectangular solid, but it's a sponge. Very, very small. And what they do is they put this into the ear canal. All right? And this basically makes it so that when you put medicine into your ear, even if your ear is incredibly inflamed like mine is, this sponge will absorb the medicine and put the medicine into the eardrum like you want. Because if your ear is incredibly inflamed and you're putting medicine in it, it might not even get to the eardrum. It might be so inflamed you're getting like a drop of it when you're trying to get 3 or 4 drops in there, and the rest of it might just leak right out of your ear. Okay? So that's what this wick is supposed to do. Okay? So he puts this wick in my ear. Immediately it sounds like I'm like, okay, I can't hear as well, but it's not that bad. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay? Then he prescribes me more of the ear drops, and he says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the referral to go to an ear specialist. Okay? I'm like, good. I definitely need that. Okay? So I need to basically contact the ear specialist office. They actually, no lie, as all this was going on this morning, I was setting up the stream, the plumber called me. Also, the ear specialist office called me and says, okay, call us to make an appointment. So I've got to do that. He basically told me, like, he was honest with me. He's like, you're probably going to have to wait 3 weeks or longer to get an appointment with them because the specialists are way backed up, especially now with COVID. For whatever reason, people are backing up every specialist possible. Can you imagine why people with COVID need to see an ear specialist? You tell me. But anyway, yeah, so later today, if I have a chance, probably after the stream ends, I have to try to make a phone call to this ear specialist and see. Now, the thing is, the only days off I have are Tuesdays. So I have to see if I can get to this ear specialist on a Tuesday coming up. It's probably not going to be till late October from what I'm being told. The good news is, all right, I have the medicine, and, the medicine works. We know this. The medicine works. It's the 3rd time I'm using it. The problem is the infection keeps coming back. So I have to find a way to make it not come back at this point. And of course, the guys give me these recommendations. Oh, don't use headphones. Well, I can't not use headphones because I can't do my job without headphones because it creates echo in the office if I use any speakers, and then the stream sounds terrible. I know because I tried absolutely everything when I first went direct capture. I tried timing the audio so the audio going through the speakers would be synced with the audio with the game. And I tried only using the audio from the speakers instead of the audio from the game. It all sounded bad, and everyone said, no, you got to use the direct capture and the headphones. So I can't. I have to use the headphones. All right? So, got to try to figure something out. You know, use different headphones. I already did. I already changed my headphones. The guy's like, again, he's a physician's assistant. This guy is not, well-versed in what's going on. So, I'm hoping that when I eventually get this appointment with the ear specialist, I'll be able to get better answers. The ear specialist, if I can explain to them the full length of my job, what I do, why I need the headphones and everything, maybe they can give me some actual concrete recommendations instead of this guy just shooting blanks, basically, trying to figure this stuff out. Okay? So anyway, that being said, I get out of there, and while I'm out, because, this is late afternoon when I got there, there's other stuff I have to do during the day, my ear starts to hurt worse. And I'm like, well, I better get some of this medicine that he gave me and put it in there. So it was actually right before we went to dinner to eat. I put some of these eardrops in my ear. Now, this guy didn't tell me this was going to happen, but as I put the eardrops in my ear, this wick, okay, swells up inside my ear while it's full of the medicine, completely blocking my ear canal. All right? So I went from some pain and limited hearing loss to massive congestion and swelling and no hearing whatsoever out of my right ear. I feel worse now. I'm not exaggerating. I feel worse now with this wick in my ear than I did before I went to the urgent care yesterday. I've actually got more pain in my ear. My jaw, I can't close my jaw all the way on the right-hand side anymore. And so I don't know, I don't know if this wick is the best idea, but it's stuck in my ear. And the thing is, I had asked him when I was in the office, I said, so how does this work exactly? And he's like, well, the idea is it helps you get more medicine into your ear. And once your ear's better, the swelling goes down, and eventually this thing will just come out by itself. He says, by some weird chance, it doesn't come out of your ear naturally. Eventually you're going to have an appointment with an ENT, that's ears, nose, and throat doctor. That's the specialist. And they'll get it out for you anyway, regardless. Okay? So, let's hope that this swelling goes down within the next few days, and then this thing can get out of my ear. If not, I might have no or limited hearing in my ear for a month. Basically, until I finally get to the specialist. I may have no hearing in my right ear. But no one thought about that before he put it in. Right? Unreal. Alright. So anyway, in summary, I wasted 3 hours of my time yesterday. I paid money at the doctor's office to do this. It's not doctor's office, it's an urgent care facility. I paid money at this facility to have a guy look in my ear and tell me what I already knew, to hand me another bottle of the same medicine I've already been using all year, to not give me any kind of a resolution whatsoever to my problem, and just hand me a specialist. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Guess where the specialist is located? In the same building as the urgent care facility. So when I have to go to the specialist, I have to drive another hour to and from, and basically have another day that should be a day with my wife that's wasted driving on the road to go to this fucking specialist. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. This is American healthcare at its finest. Now the thing is, it's not like there's no doctors near me. I'm surrounded by doctors. Everywhere I go, I see urgent care facility. I see 1 million doctors' offices around me. But guess what? My insurance won't cover any of them. I have to drive an hour to get somewhere where my insurance will cover. This is what I fucking hate about American healthcare. It's ludicrous, okay? These insurance companies don't give two fucks about the patients that they're covering. All they care about is their bottom line. That's the truth of it. They're profit-making companies. They don't care that they're supposed to be providing a service to a person who's sick. All they care about is making money. So who cares? Urgent care is an hour away. How is that urgent? What if I cut my arm open and I need someone to sew it up right away? Urgent care, drive an hour to get to the facility. But if I go to the hospital over here, which I could do, there's a hospital nearby, they'll charge me $5,000 to $10,000 for walking in the door. That's American healthcare for you. It's not care at all. It's a joke. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. This is why, I mean, you guys say to me all the time, Phil, you get sick from time to time. Why don't you ever go to the doctor? This is why. My doctor, I would have to wait over a week to see a doctor minimum. And or drive an hour to see a doctor who's even in my fucking healthcare plan. That's how, that's why. You know? Hygienic Streamer Chip Sherry says, have you considered changing insurance? Yeah, and you want to know what would happen? I'd have to pay even more. Right now I pay $300 a month out of pocket. The other plans are anywhere from $400 to $500, if not more, out of pocket. So just think about that. Pay another $1,000 to $2,000 a year so that I don't have to drive an hour to see a doctor. Right? American healthcare. This is great, huh? This is pretty fucked up. So that was my situation yesterday. So today, well, first of all, last night, I come home and I can't hear anything in my right ear. I still can't. My ear is completely clogged because of this wick that has, you know, basically grown in size in my ear. And I can't hear anything out of my right ear at all. Now, the good news is I don't have any residual pain. Like, it's no sharp pain in there. If I do touch the back of my ear, it does hurt. And it is swollen. But I have no, like bad, sharp, stinging pain. But I can't even close my right jaw now. It actually is more swollen now than it was yesterday. Like I said, probably because he put the wick in. It created more swelling in there because it basically clogged it up. You know? So, let's hope. Alright? Let's fucking hope this medicine works again. And by the way, I think I have an idea. I think I may have an idea of what's going on here. I had to think about it pretty hard. But I think I have another idea as to why this may keep happening. And it may have to do with my pillow, if you can believe it. I have a pillow that I use. That I love the pillow. It's incredibly comfortable. It's the most comfortable pillow I've ever used in my life. And I've used it for quite a long time. It's made of memory foam. But when I sleep on this pillow, I think what it's doing is it's making an air seal on my ear, whatever ear I'm leaning on. I'm a side sleeper. Okay, I don't sleep on my back or my stomach. I sleep on my side. Usually, hint, hint, I sleep on my right side. That means my right ear is always down on top of this memory foam pillow. And I think what's happening is already, you know, with the heat and bacteria and everything in the office, it gets compounded at night when I go to sleep on this pillow. And my pillow is creating an air seal on my ear. And I think I'm sleeping with a humid air seal on my ear every single night. At least that's what I'm assuming. Okay? And that's bad. From what I'm to understand, a healthy ear should not have a humid air seal on it. You need to have it open air to dry out. If you are creating liquid in your ear every night when you sleep because of moisture, because of an air seal, that's very bad. You need to basically have a dry, open ear. And I don't think that's happening. This just came to me last night as I was sitting down, like on the pillow. I'm laying down on the pillow. I'm like, this, you know, I'm realizing something. I'm like, yeah, when I do this, I can't really hear that well from that ear. And then when I pop my ear off the pillow, it like almost makes an air seal pop sound. I was like, dude, I think it's the fucking pillow. I think obviously the infection started here in the office. This is my fault. Office wasn't clean. You know, headphones were over 3 years old. You know, not clean at all, falling apart, by the way. Like, it's all my fault that it started this year, for sure. But now the fact that it's coming back again so quickly has to be something else, and I think that's what it is. And here's the other thing, too, and here's why this makes sense. All right? When I get my ear infection, it starts in my right ear. Why? Because I sleep on my right ear. But then when my right ear swells up and I start putting medicine in it, I sleep on my left ear. And then guess what happens? The infection transfers to the left ear. You see? Because I switched ears and I'm creating that air seal now on the other ear instead of the first one. And then the infection transfers over. So I think that's what's going on. I think this coming week, of course, now I can't. I'm gonna have to head out and look for a new pillow. Now I know for a fact that they have pillows out there, that have what's considered aeration. Yeah, they have pillows out there that have aeration pillows. Pillows that aren't, dense. They say on them, oh, it's cooling factor because it has aeration built into the pillow. All right. So I'm going to have to look into that. I'm going to have to try to find a pillow that has some kind of aeration and start using it and see if I lay on my side, does it not create that air seal in my ear? And if it doesn't, maybe that'll actually make this problem go away. So we're going to see. Okay, we're going to see. We'll have to find out. Okay, everybody? Anyway, that's what I went through. Now this morning I wake up, okay, and my ear completely blocked. Can't hear anything out of my right ear at all. Seriously, like when I talk, all I hear is myself reverberating in my head because it's completely blocked. All right. Like I said, it hurts when I move it or if I touch it. If I don't, it's fine. I'm not getting any like stabbing pain or whatever. And I have to put these eardrops in my ear for another 5 days. I've already done it for 2. It's a 7-day course, which is hilarious because people on the internet are so fucking stupid, of course. All these idiot detractors. Oh, Phil's making it up and everything. Yes, of course. Of course. Like everything. I'm making every possible word out of my mouth as a lie, right? You fucking idiots. But the reason Phil is getting these again is because he's not finishing his medications. You see? He just feels better, then he stops doing the eardrops. Yes, because I'm not laying on my side 4 times a day, 7 straight fucking days putting these eardrops in, right? It's not fun. I don't like doing it. It's very frustrating, but I do it. And it's a 7-day course. It says right in the instructions for the medication, it's a 7-day course. So I have leftovers because the bottle has more than enough for the 7-day course, which is good because I've needed the fucking eardrops again and again. So I don't know why idiots think that I'm not listening to the instructions of the medication. I mean, do I have to say why? Because they're idiots and they just want to make anything up. Okay. So, everybody, that's what's been going on in my ear. So anyway, I got through that story. Surprisingly, and the plumber's not here yet. But they're on the way. Okay, the plumber's on the way. So when the plumber arrives, I have to stop talking. I'll end the stream for now, and then I'll bring it back after the plumber's gone. Okay. And then we shall begin with, Mafia. The only other thing I really want to talk about, on pre-stream, of course, we'll talk about month end and everything, but this big story that came out, that a lot of people are receiving differently, and I don't really know how. I don't know how to take the story either, but I'm kind of siding one way. All right. So, Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, this game has been delayed numerous times. All right, was delayed again, and now it's supposed to come out in November. It's actually supposed to be like a launch title for the new consoles and everything. Even though it's going to play as the Xbox Series, Xbox One X and PS4 Pro versions of the game, there really is no advantage of it being on the new consoles. I get the feeling a lot of people are seeing Cyberpunk as a launch game for the new consoles. And with that happening, there's always a lot of pressure on a game studio to get a game out when they've promised, especially after numerous delay after delay after delay. CD Projekt Red's a bit different of a game developer. They're based in Poland. Labor laws in Poland are very different than they are in other places of the world. For example, in Poland, if you're forced to work overtime, you have to pay money for it. You can't do forced unpaid overtime. It's against the law there. So if CD Projekt Red actually tried to do crunch on a game and didn't pay their employees, they would actually basically be in hot water. Okay? But anyway, the story is that CD Projekt Red, throughout the course of the game's development of Cyberpunk, repeatedly said to the media that they would not do crunch. That crunch is not a thing they want to do for this game. especially with all the stories recently going on with crunch and everything, and how badly employees are being treated. It looks like the plumber's here. Hold on. Yep. Alright, the plumber just arrived, so I'm going to shut the stream off for now, guys. When we come back, we'll discuss this at length. Alright, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back in a bit. See you in a few.